So today I was really curious about who do we need to be as humans here on the earth plane in order to have interdimensional beings or ETs want to make contact with us, want to present themselves to us. And I asked this question in a way of bringing a little bit of sense of responsibility to our side of this relationship, not just sort of, demanding that they finally show up and they finally come here and they finally show themselves and they finally prove that they actually exist. But rather, who do we need to be in order for that to occur, in order for that to feel safe for ETs and interdimensional beings to do? So that was today's question that I channeled, and I asked the Arcturians, who do we need to be for you to finally come and show yourselves, to make more contact, and to present yourselves to us? And it's really cute, the things that they shared with us, and makes total sense to me. And so I'm very excited to share today's transmission with you. Here is the 9th Dimension Arcturian Council. Hello, thank you for asking this question. We are very happy to offer you guidance regarding our comfort in showing ourselves on the earth plane. And Yvonne's question here, in regards to who do you need to be in order for interdimensional beings and ETs, as you may call them, to finally make contact on the earth plane in a way that many of you will believe that we exist, that will prove to you that we do indeed have interest, let's say, in humanity and the earth and how things play out on the earth plane. So we are very happy to hear that you are interested in knowing who do I need to be in order for ETs to make contact or to show themselves, as Yvonne has asked. And let us take a moment here to think about this question so that we may offer you guidance in the most effective and authentic way possible. The first thing that comes through, my dear one, is just a generous heart. And this may seem very simple, but when we are speaking of a generous heart, there are many layers and levels of access that is available to you when your heart is open in a generous way, in a generous capacity. First of all, when the heart is open in generosity, you are providing a beautiful, safe space for anyone to be present with you. So this is not just about interdimensional beings. This is about any human or any living being anywhere on the earth plane or otherwise. That when you are open with your heart, there is a safe space in order for anything to be created, for any possibility to arise, and for general and beautiful creativity to be created with one another. This is a space for all of us to be in and to practice being in at all times. So this is the first thing we would like to say, that a generous heart is required or requested of you, let's say, so that we feel safe to be in your presence. Let's see what else would like to come up as we take a moment to think about this. Yes, so the next thing coming is a childlike wonder. So we say this because as we grow into adults, especially on the earth plane as humans, we begin to develop limited beliefs, limited ideas, fixed ideas of who we are, what we know, and what we know to be true. And so a child is experiencing everything for the first time with wide open eyes, with curiosity, and perhaps even with love. And trust. And so we ask that you have curiosity within your heart, and that you access a childlike spirit in regards to contact with ETs or interdimensional beings. That there isn't fear, but rather curiosity. That there isn't a feeling of threat, but curiosity. To know who we are, to know what it is we have to offer you, to be open to guidance, to be open to further knowledge regarding your existence, regarding the existence of the entire universe and what is out beyond you, things that you have not yet been privy to, things that you have not yet been ready to learn. So this is the second thing, childlike wonder, curiosity, and innocence, let's say, of being able to let go of everything you think you know, so that you can create space to learn what else is out there and what we have to offer humanity on the earth plane. Let's see if there is anything else that would like to be shared. Playfulness, yes. So the third thing coming through is the idea of playfulness, and that what is occurring on the earth plane now in terms of very specifically interdimensional beings and ETs beginning to want to make more of their presence known to you and more contact with more of you. We would like to request playfulness. We would like to request that things are not taken so seriously when we do make contact with you. That there is not something that needs to be structured, that we are not required to, well, now that you've made contact with me, I request that you see me every single day, or that you take me with you, or that there are rules to this. While yes, we will always honor, let's say, boundaries or your specific needs, we ask that there is a level of playfulness in regards to our presence with you. That there is not fear, that there is an openness and curiosity and a desire to play with us. Because really, my dear ones, especially the Arcturians, we love to play. We love to be in the midst of creation, because in the midst of creation is how we access and contact God, great divine source. That this is what feeds us, this is what feeds our souls and our hearts and keeps us in a state of innocence and purity. And playfulness and childlike wonder are major components to accessing the idea of innocence and purity. So playfulness is going to be another thing that we would like more of, let's say, around the idea of making us more comfortable with making our presence known to you. Let's see what else would like to come through. So right now we're seeing animals, we're seeing dogs and cats, because this is what is most common for humans on the earth plane to have in their homes. And we are actually great companions with your pets. We do make contact with your pets. And so we also ask that you be more curious about your pet, that you begin to practice perhaps telepathic communication with your pet. This is a sort of a pathway, let's say, to beginning to discern energy, discern telepathic energy in particular, and communication with us. So if you begin practicing with your animals who already have relationship to interdimensional beings and ETs that you are not aware of, you begin to practice telepathic communication with us as well. So this is another thing we are asking for presence, our presence, to be in a space of comfort, in a space that we feel is safe and welcoming and inviting. That when we feel that one is making effort to actually create access to communication in the way that we communicate here, which is telepathically, very quickly, very transparently, and very honestly, that we begin to feel safe with you as well, because there is effort here to be transparent in communication. Transparent, let's say, just as if you were in another country and you speak English. However, you see, the native sees that you are making effort to speak their language. This is the same thing for us. Telepathic communication here. So if we see you are making effort, and by this pathway through your pets or in any other way, dear one, but we offer this as something you may not know, that we are in relationship with many of your companions, many of your fur babies, as you call them, that this offers us another sign that you are a safe space to make contact, to be present with. And this is what would like to be shared with you today. So we thank Yvonne for this question, and we hope that these 4 things or so offer you a bit of guidance on how we feel safe and comforted. Specifically, the Arcturians feel safe and comforted to be in the presence of a human, to know that they are safe, to know that they are playful, there is curiosity, there is childlike wonder, and that there is an effort to be made in communication with us. That there is not just a demand that you show up for me, I would like to see you. That there is effort being made in many ways, but in these specific ways, opening your heart and curiosity and generosity, and being ready to communicate with us when we do show up. Thank you for this question. This has been the 9th Dimension Arcturian Council. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed today's transmission. Again, that totally makes sense to me, that these are the things they are asking to create a safe space for them. I see a lot of those aspects in myself, so it makes me feel good that they felt comfortable contacting me back in 2020. And I think that the more that we can access our hearts and offer that in a generous and beautiful, sweet, childlike, curious, playful way, not just for ETs, but for everyone in our lives, the more we can create that frequency in which I believe that the interdimensional beings and ETs out there in the universe already sort of live within, right? This frequency that is more heart opened, and which will of course make them feel safer to be here on the earth plane with us in a way that we can see, in a way that we can relate to them and communicate with them more openly, more directly. So I'm looking forward to that day, and I hope you have a beautiful weekend. I'll see you next Saturday. Bye-bye.